Okay. Just make sure everything is recording. Yeah, it seems like it is. And I can be heard as well. Okay. So in previous iterations of this series, we've basically been trying to translate some Rust EVM implementation into Lean 4. And we've been using LLMs to do this, which is maybe a questionable choice, but it's been a fun experiment. But I went on the this website. Firefox is starting to learn my preferences. And the author talked about how there were some things that make Aeneas perhaps a good choice for this. So I think my confidence level has increased. So I'm going to go here. So yeah, where am I? This. So this is a verification toolchain for Rust programs. It's verification. Yeah, the point is that you can translate things to Lean, and that's what I want to do. And so even though it's an OCaml project, that's going to be like very hard to. So like basically, what's about to happen is I'm about to like instantly regret my choices because I'm going to have large problems installing this. The only thing that I need to do is install this and run it, and that is my only goal here. So that is what I'm going to try to do. Okay, but first, maybe I want to like restructure. So this is the repository that I have for the code that I'm trying to port. I have the Rust code here, and I have the corresponding Lean code here. I wonder if I want to like make a bunch of like subdirectories. For example, yeah, make a bunch of like if I make a new folder and it's like LLM port, I could make this, and then I could put everything that I've created so far in terms of Lean in there. The other thing that I would want to do is instead of LEVM/primitives, I would want to put this in LLM port. Just want to save that so I don't screw that up later. The point is that there's going to be multiple files here now. So this is the like target, right? This is the REVM code that I've copied from that other repository. And this is where like I'm going to put my LLM experiments, but I will make another file which is where I'm going to put all my experiments trying to use this software. Okay. That out of the way, let's close these other files. Yeah, that can be closed. That can be closed. This small file can be closed. Lots of things can be closed. The info view can be closed as well. REVM. Okay. Follow those instructions. Okay, so let's start trying to like follow the instructions. All you need to do is follow the instructions. Project structure, yes. Source contains the OCaml sources. I do not see a directory called source. src, project structure, src, the OCaml sources. Okay, where is it? Am I insane? When I see that, okay, so they have like a Lean backend. That's nice. Yes, compiler. This has quite a lot of ML files in it, which makes me think that's where it actually is. Some Rust scripts, who knows, static tests. Okay, I think this is just wrong. I think that the files live in compiler, but I'm not gonna complain too much. Backends tests, sure. You need to install OCaml and build together with some packages. Follow those instructions and install OPAM on the way. Okay, what is this link? OCaml, installing OCaml. Okay, the thing is, I might already have it installed, which is always like a dicey thing because it's like when you install it, you do things the way you do them, and then if you install it in a different way on a different project, someone's like, oh no, you didn't install it the right way. I was like, well, somebody else told me to install it in a different way, so maybe you shouldn't have assumed that I installed it one way. So brew install, okay, opam dash help. Do you exist, opam? Yes, so I do have something called opam. That's well and good. opam is a package manager for OCaml. Yeah, sounds about right. How do I leave this? Q. Okay, so that's opam. I think I've... Do I need to like update it? Is there something like brew update opam? Initialize opam. You'll need to initialize it. I think I probably have done so, but I don't really remember. opam switch create. Yes, there's some sort of Okay, so I guess that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to assume that whatever I did previously has been to do these things correctly. Install opam, and now I will try and proceed, and if something does not go the way that I expect it to, I will have to reconsider the possibility that this may not have been done correctly. Okay, opam switch create. Let's do this. opam switch create. What does it say? 4.13.1 plus options. Okay, I'm also noticing that I have not cloned this repository yet. Is this something that needs to be done from within the repository? I wish that this is something that would be explained to me. I'm going to guess. I think that it's probably more likely that like things don't go wrong if I do it within the repository. Okay. Stop. Let's clone the repository first. We're in the top level directory. Code, copy, git clone. Do we want to be doing this in NES port? I don't know. Let's just do this. We have NES. I might have to like change things around, that's fine. Lean 4 version changed, it says. Lean 4 version changed. What? I don't think you changed. There's no little blue mark that says that this file has been changed. Whatever. Okay, so I've done that. Now let me cd into it. cd yes. Now let me just copy this. Okay. What is going on? opam command. What happens if I just try and run it? There is already an installed switch named 4.13.1 plus options. There is already an installed switch. Is it possible that I've already done this? There's like a slight, see the problem is there's a slight chance that I've like already tried to install this like several months to a year ago. Okay, so there's already an installed switch, so I should be good, right? Totally easy. The dependencies can then be installed with the following command. Like, I just want to learn a little bit more about opam switch. This is all going to go wrong. opam switch. opam switch. OPAM switch. OPAM switch. Oh. 4.13.1 plus options. Okay. I'm curious to see like list. I have default and I have 4.13.1 plus options. Your environment is not in sync with the current switch. You should run eval opam env. Is there anything in the is there anything here about that? Follow these instructions. See, if I go to the instructions for installing, it was recommended at some point that I run this. Let's try it. Okay, and if I run switch list now, it now no longer warns me, which suggests that things are a little bit better than they were before. Okay. Let's copy this and see what happens. It seems you have not updated your repositories for a while. Consider updating them with opam update. Already installed, already installed, already installed. Okay, I'm sensing more and more that I've done this before. Okay. Moreover, Aeneas requires the Charon ML library defined in the Charon project. The easiest way is to clone Charon. Okay, so easiest way is to go and clone a completely different repository and install everything there. Okay, Charon. This is Aeneas Verif Charon. This is like by the same people though, right? Clone the repository. Clone it where? And create a symbolic link. Create a symbolic link. I have no idea what that means. What is a symbolic link? I'm not like some like Ubuntu wizard. What is a symlink? Symbolic link. Mac OS make symbolic link. What the frick? Make a symbolic link. Okay, there's some terminal command I can run. ln. Path to original, path to link. Okay. This is annoying. Add. LNS. So what was I being told? This is a lot like, you're telling me this package manager really has no way of, within the package manager, you know, making one project depend on another? I don't understand. I don't understand why it's necessary to have a different library. Is this like OCaml ML? Is it that it's a different language? You've written your project in 2 different languages? Okay. Requires the Charon ML project. The simplest way is to clone Charon. Okay, but in what directory? Does it have to be in a particular directory? I guess not, because I'm creating a symbolic link. Then go to compiler. Sorry, Aeneas has a compiler subdirectory. Yes. And create a symbolic link to the Charon library. Oh, and create a symbolic link to the Charon library. The symbolic link should be placed inside the Aeneas compiler folder. If you want to test the symbolic link is valid, copy and paste the following script in your terminal from the compiler directory. Okay, we're just gonna try and do this. Do I want to be like... Man, like, it's like any one of the like random decisions I've made could be like fatal. Installing is such a nightmare. Acquire the Charon ML library defined in the Charon project. The simplest way is to clone Charon. Okay, I'm just gonna try and do it. I don't understand. Why can't I just go to the compiler and clone it into the compiler? Why is that not the simplest way? Path to Charon repo. Why? The simplest way is to clone Charon. I feel like I'm gonna like have so many random questions. Okay, let's just like try and do it. Okay. Where is Charon? Here we go. Code. Copy. We're just gonna do it here. We're just gonna like not do any instructions that we haven't been told to do. Git clone this. Okay, so we have something called Charon here now. The next thing that we were told to do was go to compiler and create a symbolic link. We were told to run this command. Okay, well, it's because I need to like replace something, right? I want to cd compiler, and I want to do ln-s. Now I have to produce the path. So here I am in an ES compiler, and I have to go back out and type in Charon. Charon ML. Why is it Charon ML? Charon. I don't get what this command is. Charon. Path to Charon repo, Charon ML, Charon. But there is like, if I go, what? Is it that inside Charon there's something called Charon ML? Yes. Okay. So I go to Charon, and path to Charon repo is //Charon. Then there's Charon ML, Charon -ML, and then it wants me to put in a space. Sorry, Charon ML. Then a space, and then Charon. ls Charon, no such file or directory. Shit. Bro, why couldn't you just make it so that I don't have to use a symlink when I install? Charon ML. No such file directory. Charon ML. What are you talking about? It's right there. No such file or directory. Charon ML. ls Charon. What? I'm not mistaken when I say that I can type in Charon -ML, right? Charon ML. Charon. Charon ML. See, I don't get why there's two different. The LNS path has got two different things. No such factory. ls Charon, no such file or directory. Oh, I typed in ls when I should have typed in ln. Okay, good. ln-s Charon /Charon ML Charon. This is correct, right? Okay, that's what I think I was supposed to have done. The symbolic link should be placed inside the Aeneas compiler folder. If I do ls now, there should be something called Charon, right? Yeah, there's this thing called Charon, which is in blue, or in purple. So if I'm in Aeneas and I'm in compiler, I have Charon, and it has this little symbol, which probably means it's a symbolic link. Okay, I think that's fine. Called Charon, right? I mean, it's a little weird that it's called Charon ML here, but the file then is Charon. Okay, that's fine. If you want to test if the symbolic link is valid, copy-paste the following script in your terminal from the compiler directory. Okay, I'm in the compiler directory. I copy the script, I paste. Valid. Okay, cool. Finally, building the project simply requires to run make in the top directory. So we're in the Aeneas. So presumably, like, I need to cd compiler commands. Okay, CLI is a nightmare. Aeneas. Compiler. Run make. Odds that this works. You seem to be using the OSX antiquated make version. Hint, brew install make, then invoke gmake instead of make. Stop. Okay. Brew. Okay, do I have gmake? Make. Oh. Well, this suggests that I do, right? So make file 2. You seem to be using OSX make. So instead, I will just use gmake. Errors, 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 errors. Wonderful. Program OCaml format not found in the tree or in path. One tag. Should I be doing this from like a tag release? This is from fucking 2022. No. Libraries menhere lib. opam install menhere. I don't speak this language. Was it like, is it something that's missing from here? OCaml format not found. Library menhere lib not found. Program menhere not found in tree or path. Hint. opam install menhere. I feel like I should be opening issues here. Yes, I would like to continue, please. Just want to like copy this and open an issue. Can I like sign in? Sign in, please. Sign in. Let me quickly like change the stream so I don't like live streaming this. Okay, returning. Things are still compiling. Okay. some random stuff. Men here. Installation required. When running the installation instructions, get the following error. When I tried to make. Okay, but I've successfully installed men here, so now I'm going to try this again. Okay, now I'm still getting an error. Oops. Men here should be added to the list of installations. Okay, but we've like encountered massive issues again. So this is okay, again it complained OCaml format. OCaml format, not found in tree or path. Okay. Resolved hidden path, resolved hidden path. But I don't know what OCaml format is. I don't know how to, what to do. Okay, but I at least changed the error message, so I'm just going to submit this as a message so that they know to fix their thing. Compiler, program OCaml format not found in the tree or in path. Context default. I'm a bit confused. Am I not in, wait. Context default. I don't, this is weird. I'm in this one. Switch. This default is not the one that I'm in. Is it a different default? Context default. Program OCaml format not found in tree or path. Warning, 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 warning. It also like seems to have succeeded, which is a weird thing. Like, why is there a little check mark here? Required by build default Trojan tests dot formatted test to serialize.ml. Program. Okay, what happens if I just copy paste this error message into Google? Sorry, delete. OCaml format cannot be found. OCaml format not found. OCaml format. I mean, it's looking like that's weird. This is suggesting that OCaml format is like a code formatter. Why would that be important? I don't know. Did this like work? Am I... Warning, failed to resolve reference. Couldn't find info. Warning, warning, warning. What happens if I like... Go back. I'm so confused. Hello? Ugh. GitHub and like NES, please. I don't know, like, can I go back to this GitHub page? Thank you. Make test. And make verify to run the tests. Make test will run tests which use the Trojan test. You will need to regenerate the LLBC files. run in the sharing directory, run in the NES repository. Well, I'm still in NES, right? So, okay, but I was told to use gmake, right? cd compiler and dune build. cd compiler and dune build nes.cmxs. I don't know what that file extension is. Make dir bin cp compiler build default main exe bin nes. File not found. Jaren tests LLBC, no nested borrows, LLBC. NES, verification of Rust programs by translation of pure Lando calculus. Bin NES options file. Error. This make tests will run tests which use the Jaren tests. You will need to regenerate the LLBC files. What? I mean, it's make. Why doesn't it just make the things that it needs before it? I'm confused by this statement. As make test will run tests which use the Jaren tests, you will need to regenerate the .llbc files. You have the following options. Like, is it saying that before I need to run make test, I need to regenerate LLBC files? Because that sounds like exactly the sort of thing that make is supposed to do for you, right? If you run make, you will generate a documentation accessible from doc.html. Did I successfully do that? Apparently I did. This sentence does not start with an uppercase letter. Yes, thank you. Can I reveal in Finder in just a moment? Let me just like show you what I'm looking at. Basically, I have generated this documentation file. Enter point of this module, NES. I'm not exactly sure what style of documentation this is. I'm worried that it's ML documentation. Oh, I don't know ML. What is this? Just need to delete this. List available. Usage. Make test. I feel like I have not like successfully made the tests. Guess maybe I have. Like, it says error. It says error here. Why does it say that like the make succeeded? Or check. What happens if I just try to run make verify? What does it say? It's done now. No such file or directory. I feel like I experienced an error. I have no idea what to do. You can use make tests. Well, the make failed. Make in the top directory. What exactly went wrong? It seems like this is like a separate issue, like program OCaml format not found in tree or path. Like, this is an error I get from gmake. See, like, this needs to be like considered a separate error. Let me go back to the error that I filed. Linear installation required / OCaml format not found. So I'm going to say this, save, edit. After I run the suggested, the hinted command, the men here not found error goes away, but I am still experiencing the other error. And like just checking, right? But it doesn't give me a suggestion for what to do, right? Like the fact that it suggests opam install men here, but like OCaml format. OCaml auto formatter for OCaml code. It's on opam. Can I just do the same thing? OPAM install OCaml format. Maybe I should try running OPAM update. Seems you have not updated your repositories for a while. You have not updated my repositories for a while. What repositories? The repositories, I guess, that are like saved somewhere in the OCaml backend, wherever that might be. I should try that next. I should try OPAM update next. Like, presumably installing OCaml format won't actually cause any problems. OPAM update. So I guess the point is that OPAM update would update the things that I've installed, and perhaps they, like, I ran the install command before, did I not? Like, I installed all of these things, and then it complained this, but it said all of these things were already installed. It didn't update them, though. This package requires additional configuration for use in editors. Install user setup manually. For Emacs, for Vim, I don't use either of those. Okay, whatever. Let's try the OPAM update. OPAM update, and like quickly read the code, read what happens. Updating package repositories. Let's see if it like tells me that it updated anything. Additionally, let's like look over here. Just take me back to this. PPX deriving, visitors, easy logging, zarith, YoJSON, core on union find, core Unix, ODoc, union find, OCaml graph. Huh. Perhaps the issue has to do with OPAM update somehow. Processing 1 of 1. Default. Okay, package repositories default. Does that mean that there's like, is there like a package called default? I don't know. Seems hard to say. Synchronized from opam.ocaml.org. Now run opam upgrade to apply any package updates. Okay, sure. I'll try that too. Ugh, where am I? Opam upgrade, right? It's not update, it's upgrade. Let's see what this does. I'm going to be recompiling a whole bunch of things, including some of the things that I installed. The following actions will be performed. I want to continue. Yes, I do. Yeah. What I want, like, what does the plus options mean? I wonder. Is this like, this is, I thought that this was just creating a different creating like a different virtual environment basically. But it has plus options. Like that's like some sort of important syntax. Okay, so we're definitely updating things though. Yes, including lots of things. PPX deriving, remove PPX deriving 5.2.1, and maybe now we'll have a different PPX deriving. It's so nice when there's like a language that, you know, there's like a, Rust is good at package management, and hopefully Lean will be as well. Installed, including PPX deriving 5.2.1. I thought that was what it just uninstalled. I'm confused. Like PPX, sorry, installed PPX deriving 5.2.1. I feel like somewhere up here it said that it had uninstalled that. PPX. Maybe I'm wrong. No. Here, it said removed PPX deriving 5.2.1. So it removed it and then it reinstalled it, I guess. I don't get that. Easy logging, zarith. Yo, JSON. I don't know what any of these like, but it's installing some of the things that I was supposed to have installed. Like my current hypothesis for why nothing is working is that I followed these instructions sometime in the past. I installed a whole bunch of things, but when I ran install just now, it didn't update any of those things. And so the versions that I have on my computer are really old versions of all of these things that don't work with whatever the current state of the library is. And hopefully by doing this, I will fix all of that. Dependencies can be installed. I wish I could have just like, see, this is why it's so frustrating when you've already installed something and then you have to install it again. And like nothing works because the instructions, because I'm not familiar with like OPAM and I don't know how to like, I don't know if I like have to update or I didn't like, why doesn't install just update things that are already installed? If I, like, say I want to install something and I don't remember that I've installed it, the Smart Money says that I want the most recent version. Anyway, how's this going? Done. OCP indent. Requires additional configuration. I do not want to do that though. Okay, so what has been happening here? So we reinstalled all of these things, I think. I think those are all installed. And we made the symlink. Let's just double check again that this like symlink thing is working. Wait, from the compiler directory. Wait, sorry, no, I can't do this here. I have to go to the compiler directory. CD compiler. And it says it's valid, so I'm gonna CD back out. Finally, building the project requires to run make gmake directory. Okay, I'm not experiencing the errors that I was previously experiencing, which is very bullish. Still got some warnings, didn't I? I did not experience any errors though. Failed to resolve reference. So I just ran make. I can also, like, let's see what happens if I run make test. God. That throws an error still. CD compiler and Dune build, CD compiler and Dune build NES, make dir pbin, a whole bunch of things. I feel like it has something to do with LLC. You will need to regenerate the LLBC files. You have the following options. It just doesn't make any sense. You can also use make test. Something about how, like, I will need to do something. You have the options, run make test. It's like, in order to run make test, I have to run make test. What? It doesn't make any sense. As make test will run tests which use Charon tests. Is it, like, is this, am I supposed to interpret this as I first have to run make test in the Charon repository? Sorry, let me, like, Charon. What happens if I cd into Charon and run make test there? Run gmake test. Man, things seem to be chugging away in a different way than when I ran gmake test in Aeneas itself. Like, it says you have the following options, but I think what it meant to say is that you do not actually have the options. You have to do both of these. The exact opposite of having options. But it seems to be working. Cargo, Clippy, LLVM tools. So, like, it's installing some Rust stuff. It's installing Rust. Tests Polonius. Okay, lots of Rust being compiled. See, Rust never fails. Seems reasonable. Compiling Charon. Which is the last thing that I needed to compile. Oh, no, actually there's more things that have to happen. Dune build. Cargo format, cargo build. Yes, yes. What, a whole bunch of info is coming at me. G-crate data. Generated the file LLBC. Okay. Seems like it's going. Z Polonius. I wonder if Polonius is another, like, project by the same creators. Polonius Rust. Because it's like, you know, sort of Shakespearean. Defines the Rust borrow checker. Yes, who are they? I don't think these are exactly the same people, but it looks like it's sort of like a formalization Rust related thing, so maybe it's somewhat similar. Models the borrow check. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. That's hilarious. It is a Shakespeare reference. That's well, I mean, obviously it's a Shakespeare reference because it's Polonius, but it's funny that like a borrow checker is named Polonius. That's funny. I don't think. Okay, cool. It just finished, and I don't think it experienced any errors whatsoever. Okay, so that all happened. I run make test in the Charon directory, in the Charon repository. Now what happens if I cd back out to the Aeneas and I run gmake test again? It fails. Rip. Okay. You can use make test and make verify to run the test and check the generated files, as make test will run the tests which use the Charon tests. What does that even mean? We'll use the Charon tests. It's like, it's sort of fundamentally like strange. It's like tests are things that are not meant to ever be used by other things. They're things that are meant to be run as like a check. So it just doesn't really make sense to me that some tests could be like using other tests. You'll need to generate the LLBC files. I don't even know what LLBC stands for. LLBC file extension. It doesn't even show up on Google. Like, really? It doesn't even show up on Google what it is. No, I want to search for LLBC. Marshall Islands Radiological Safety. Wow, okay. So that's useless. I am not being able... So I was able to run make test in the Charon repository, but I was not able to run make test in the Aeneas repository. I feel like I should open another issue just to like emphasize the fact that I'm having issues. It also just fundamentally doesn't make sense. Like, issues. Make another issue. New issue. I guess I should say that, like, yeah, I mean, I think this is correct. like, I wonder if, like, is there something I can, like, provide to future? It's like, for future reference, I was able to fix the camel issue by running. What did I run to fix it by updating OPAM? What exactly did I do? It was here. OPAM update and OPAM. Installing it, and the amps these should be added to the README. Okay, but this is entirely orthogonal to the experience that I'm having at the moment, which is quotes. Sorry, these are in block quotes. Make test in. Is the problem that there's an Aeneas? Is there like another Aeneas repository? I don't get it. I worry that I like should not have installed Charin. Within Aeneas. Make test in Aeneas repository. Yeah. Does not work. The instructions on running make test say indeed if I run make test in the Charon repository, I get no errors. However, if I run in Aeneas repository, I get, what do I get? I got this. This is what I got. Paste. $Test. This is a problem because it is not working, which is an error. It is an error. Submit this issue. well, just submissions. I want to go to back here. Okay. So we tried to run make test in the Charon repository, and I guess it sort of succeeded, right? Like if we see back into Charon and we make test here, it just compiles a lot of stuff, which seems to be going okay. It's interesting that it's doing it all again. I would have thought that I had just done this, and that make would say, yep, you have made everything you need to make, and you're done now. But the test is successful, and it says I had that as an option. So maybe what I want to say is that, okay, maybe the tests are succeeding, and I don't need to like do anything else. So if I cd back up, I can still run just like regular old gmake, right? And once this is done, I'm supposed to have like access to this. Yeah, there's lots of different modules inside. Okay. Maybe let's move on to usage. The Aeneas binary is in bin. Bin Aeneas. Yes, I believe you. You can run /bin Aeneas -backend lean. I want the lean backend. LLBC file, where LLBC file is an LLBC file generated by Charon. It would be really nice to know what .llbc is. Is it described up here somewhere? Maybe it's like a file format specific to Charon? Sorry, just Charon. Any like mention of... Okay, here we go. Yeah, maybe let's just reread. Let's just okay. First of all, let's appreciate the nice classical artistry of Charon, the ferryman, taking you over from the world of the living to the world of the dead. Charon acts as an interface between the Rust-C compiler and program verification projects. Yes, so Rust-C compiler is life, and program verification is death. Yes. Okay. Its purpose is to process Rust crates and convert them into files easy to handle by program verifiers. It is implemented as a custom driver for the Rust-C compiler. Charon is, in Greek mythology, an old man carrying the souls of the deceased across the Styx into the world of the dead. Rust programs the world of formal verification. Yes. Open to contributions. Cool. So they actually have a specific Zulip dedicated to their thing. I wonder how active it is. Login with Google, maybe. Okay, well, I'm not gonna sign up for them right now. Charon converts MIR code to ULLBC, unstructured low-level borrow calculus, and then to LLBC, which is presumably just low-level borrowed calculus without the unstructured adjective. What happens if I copy this and I search for it in Google? We propose a... Okay, so it's like an Aeneas specific thing. The only result I get is Aeneas. A new approach to borrows and controlled aliasing. We propose a pure functional semantics for low-level borrow calculus. Captures a subset of Rust programs. Semantics is value-based. No notion of memory, addresses, or pointer arithmetic. Essence of the borrow mechanism rather than its current implementation in the Rust compiler. Yeah. Translates it to lambda calculus. Okay. So it's definitely an Aeneas specific thing. So here we are in Charon. Both ASTs can be output by Charon. ULLBC is a slightly simplified MIR where we try to remove as much redundancies as possible. For instance, we drastically simplify the representation of constants coming from the Rust compiler. LLBC is ULLBC, where we restructure the control flow with loops, if, then, else, etc., instead of gotos. Consequently, we merge MIR statements and terminators into a single LLBC statement type. We also perform some additional modifications, some of which are listed below. Remark, most of the transformations which transform the MIR to ULLBC and LLBC are implemented by means of micropasses. Depending on the need, we can make them optional, control them with flags. Cool. Installation and build. Yes, all of these. So this one requires men here, apparently. You need a rust up. Maybe my whole flaw in my approach was that I should have been installing this. I should have been thinking about it as like, I am installing Charon first, and then I will go install Aeneas. Which is, you know, I mean, it's something that they could have like made more clear on the Aeneas page. Like, please install Charon first. Tended to be used in combination with Charon. Requires the Charon ML library. Clone Charon. Like, clone Charon and install Charon. Doesn't say to install it. Charon ML, we use OCaml. And here, of course, is the men here. My gosh, if the answer I get on my like complaint is like, oh, why didn't you install Charon first? Like, you didn't tell me to install it, right? How am I supposed to know that this is a system which doesn't actually compile the things that it calls? Ugh. They just assume that I know everything there is to know about their frickin' ML ecosystem. Consequently, we merge MIR statements and terminators into a single LLBC statement type. We also perform some additional modifications, some of which are listed below. Most of the transformations which transform the MIR micropass. Yeah, okay, I already read all of this. Charon ML, the ML library. Okay. Okay. Let's duplicate this. So what it says is, so it's the first thing, like the thing it says up here is it intended to be used in combination with Charon. Compiles Rust grammar for intermediate representation. So the usage is the Aeneas binary. You can run bin Aeneas backend LLBC file, where LLBC file is an LLBC file generated by Charon. Is it possible? Is like an entire repository an LLBC file? Is this even a project which can handle translating multiple files? Generated by Charon. Provides a lot of flags and options to tweak its behavior. You can use -- help to display detailed documentation. And there's additional steps for the lean backend. Wonderful. So, oh yeah, before we get to the additional steps, we have to do the first steps. So how do I generate LLBC? First, you need to install Rust up. I think I have that installed. Rust up version. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Charon is set up with cargo. RustUp will automatically download and install the proper packages upon building the project. If you only want to build the Rust project, simply run make build Charon Rust in the top directory. Yes, automatically download and install the proper packages. Wouldn't it be great if your own framework did that? If you want to also build the ML library, okay, I don't know, like, is it just that it's like totally unnecessary to build the ML library because I can get the LLBCs from the Rust version of the library? The dependencies can be installed. Yeah, I feel like we've already installed all of these. I just want to like, just to double check though, we've installed all of these, right? Already installed, already installed, already installed, already installed, already installed. You can then run make build. Okay, where are we? Like cd into Charon. Let's try running like, we can run all of these make things. Make build Charon Rust. Let's try this. Of course, I need to put a G. Nothing works. I can make build Charon Rust. I can make build Charon ML. I can even run make test. I think all of that is succeeding. Alternatively, you can use Nix. I don't use Nix, no. Documentation. Yeah, sure. Usage. To run Charon, you should run the Charon binary from within the crate that you want to compile, as if you had wanted to build the crate with cargo build. The Charon executable is located at bin/Charon. Charon will build the crate and its dependencies, then extract the AST. Charon provides various options and flags to tweak its behavior. You can display a detailed documentation with --help. In particular, you can print the LLBC generated with print LLBC. Okay, so the point is we have to go to our EVM now. Run the Charon binary from within the crate that you wanted to compile, as if you wanted to build the crate with cargo build. Charon, okay, so mainly, yeah, this is all successful. Let's go over there. CD revm. Okay, and now what I can do is I can go run, I can go all the way back. So I can do /Charon bin Charon --help. Yes, a whole bunch of things. The executable. So I don't have to provide any options. I think I can just run. Okay, but furthermore, this is bad because I'm not in an actual crate library, right? Like if I list, right, the crates, I need to like cd into crates, and then further cd ls, right? If I recall, primitives was the lowest level one, so cd into primitives, and now I can run, yeah, but I need to like, so I've cd'd into 2 additional things, so that seems fine. So no, I have the right, so let's just frickin' do it, you know? Downloading, compiling, we're gonna go crazy. Lots of errors, okay, cool. Supposedly unreachable place in the Rust AST. Thread panicked when extracting body. Okay, maybe something that would be good to do is to check if I can actually run cargo build, because maybe the problem is with cargo build and not with this cargo build. I think that's what it's sort of trying to tell me, right? So I can run cargo build, and let's see what happens. No problem. Could not compile REVM primitives due to 20 previous errors. Supposedly unreachable. Is uses a bug and hacks his front end. Please report the current crate. This is weird and I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Like, okay, does it compile all the same things that the Rust compiles? Compile 0i, like alloy primitives, 0i's are EVM primitives. Alloy primitives, 0i's are EVM primitives. It's just that when I run it with Charon, it shits the bed. Dynamic types are not supported yet. So I'm additionally concerned that like not supported. I think this is an error message that is coming straight from Charon telling me that it is not capable of compiling my code. Okay. Like if I go back to Aeneas, sorry, and like interior mutability, are any of these things that it says are not supported? Like dynamic types, I think is something that is saying that is not something that like Rust would do. Like Rust, if dynamic types were not supported in Rust, it would just be like you know what? It doesn't make sense. Thread panicked when extracting body. Yeah, that's fine. Coarse-grained parallelism is a long-term goal. Yeah. Okay. Well. This has been something of a failure. That's okay. Everybody fails sometimes. But I'm not sure that there's anything more to do because like I'm looking at some of these things and I'm like they're really signaling to me that this library is not ready to port this Rust code over. So I think that like my next, if I gonna keep going on this, then maybe I should switch back to my LLM / by hand strategy for reporting all of this, which seems fine. But I think that's all for now.